Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to The Edward. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I'll be discussing what I thought of the latest and very dark episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which dropped today on Paramount Plus. I just had a chance to watch it as not too long ago I came back from a viewing of the new, fun, and very entertaining film, Jurassic World Dominion. Highly recommended. This is actually from the first Jurassic World film, but you get my point. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Star Trek. So before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review. So if you haven't seen the latest episode, which is episode 6 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. So we got a little peek of the past, looking into the past life or love life of Captain Pike. We met a woman from a non-Federation world that seems to be human, but I don't know if they call themselves human, but maybe they're humanoid. And then we got to see some development on the plot line that was established in an earlier episode, that the ship's doctor is keeping his daughter in some kind of buffer state. Like, she's alive and living, but he's keeping her in like a phased buffer state in the medical transporter or something like that, because it's what's helping her not deteriorate physically, because she's got some kind of weird terminal illness, or an illness that he thinks he can find a cure for by exploring the galaxy. Totally makes sense. But it would make a lot of sense, especially as a father and a doctor. You don't want to give up on hope. So it was a pretty sad episode, because you think that they would get there and save the poor kid in time from being the willing human sacrifice that literally keeps that planet or that utopia afloat, because their ancestors built a machine that requires the living essence of a child in order to stay powered and keep that city floating in the skies on giant pieces of land and rock and whatnot. Seems like a terrible price to pay for utopia or whatever. So I knew things were fishy from the beginning of this episode all the way up to its ending. I was like, something is off here. Something with this woman or the people she's with is a little off. Where it turns out the guy with a bug up his ass, the doctor who was the boy's father, turns out he was in the right all along, even though despite his behavior to keep the boy isolated and distant from everyone who was really trying to protect him. But ultimately failed, unfortunately. Not even the Enterprise could save the poor boy from his doom. Of course, that's what helped Pike call things off immediately with his old girlfriend and return to the Enterprise where he belongs. But on the other hand, the failed father of the doomed little boy / doctor was able to pass along some helpful medical info to our doctor on the Enterprise regarding his daughter's health decaying state. So maybe, just maybe, some good came of this story after all, with the ship's doctor now hopefully getting ever closer to finding a cure for his daughter, thanks to the advanced medical science of this planet, this homeworld that they were just visiting during this episode. And I like how Uhura is still going through somewhat of a hazing ritual, but through the security protocols, I guess, with Noon Singh. But it also helped contribute to the story, so that was good. But overall, it was a very, don't get me wrong, it was a very good episode. It was just unfortunately much sadder than expected. And you think with a lot of shows, there are a lot of last minute saves where they save a character from certain doom or death, but not always, apparently. Not always, unfortunately. So here's to hoping the next episode is a bit more lighthearted. So what did you guys think of this episode? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your night. Star Trek Strange New Worlds drops new episodes every Thursday on Paramount Plus. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. And of course, until next time, live long and prosper.